Yeah, so kind of a low-kill game, but it's a victory and we'll take it. GG to the enemy team. Not really what we were after. Wait a minute. 800,000 damage, 29 kills. What the hell? That's like 27,000 damage per kill. What? Okay. People want to do a tunnel rush. Let's do it. Hey boys and girls, it's KnightStalker here. Welcome along today to Constantinople Siege. Check it out. Today we're taking heavy infantry. We've got the Shield Guard because they're one of my favourite units. They work so well with the Longsword. To have a unit that has massive block and massive damage capacity, massive damage absorption capacity, and you can also heal it and give it lots of constant damage reductions with the Longsword. Works perfect for me. We're going to take the Iron Reapers because they are the heaviest infantry, the chonkiest of boys. And even though they can be countered by Silidars these days, they're still the big badasses of the Conqueror's Blade world. And then we're going to take the Palace Guard. This is one of the most popular units in the entire game, particularly in competitions, because of its low leadership cost comparative to the amount of damage and tanking it can do. Now, saying that about Palace Guards, that they're huge chonkers, is one thing. Making them work as big chonkers is another thing, because they can be, if you don't use them right, they can get very, very messy. But you want to keep them together as much as possible. You don't want to get them strung out. Part of their strength is in their numbers and their togetherness and their nice tight block here. So I prefer this line, although the other line is completely viable too, if you want to do, well, other stuff. So, when you do a tunnel rush on Constantinopolis, one of the things you have to be aware of is that any unit that you bring with you may well die. Because once you're in here, there is no getting out, especially with a slow unit like this. So, it's a one-way trip for most of us. What else we got coming in here? Just some peasants? And we want to attack up that one. Ah, wrong tunnel. Right, oops. I pinged the wrong tunnel, my bad. So now when we get out of this door, see, this guy shouldn't be attacking it yet. He should wait for our heavier units to catch up with us, but that's okay. Okay, so they're not expecting us, but they've got claymores here, which is not ideal, because those claymores will absolutely shred these peasants. Claymores are an excellent unit. If they had much more CC resistance, they would be an S tier. So, ow, my face. I'm just going to try and soak as much damage as I can, waiting for the heavy infantry. But we've got some Modau, we've got some Palace Guard, and we've got some Reapers. And that is exactly what we want to be doing, dropping the Trebs there as well, which is why we attacked down this door. Not well placed. Our initial success against these Spear Guard is going to be quite tempered, I imagine. Yeah. So, it hasn't been successful today. Let's see if I can drop a bomb on them before I go down. Not to be. Alright, not the best start. Not the best start at all. Alrighty then. So, we're going to do some dicking around. And by dicking around, I mean I'm probably going to hang out near the A point and just sort of attract attention. You can see we're starting to knock down that wall on the B side. And we've got that siege tower in that people want to be doing. So, ooh. Not worth it for one skyball. So this guy's got the same idea here. See, he's taken this cheap unit, and we're just going to occupy time and space here at the A point. So maybe I've got a like-minded individual here, and we want to just pressure it slightly. So every time they're not on the circle, we guns. Every time they're not on the circle, we want to just run in and just take a couple of points off the circle, and that will hopefully attract more of the enemy to us. You can see we're capturing up on the back there, somebody's trying to make a push for that little supply. So we're going to be real careful of this poleaxe. Most poleaxes these days use, oh, there's two of them, use Lockable Strike, but there's still always that one guy who's using the Rough Justice that will pin you in place, right? And ordinarily, the Rough Justice is probably not the best choice for the poleaxe. I'm not a poleaxe main, so feel free to correct me in the comments. But in this instance, where you're defending a point. See how they're all starting to... I can take this. I can tank that. Yeah. When you on a point like this, to lock you down and have all the enemy heroes jump on you would be the way that... Oh, I've misplaced it. That's a shame. I wanted it to go back into that corner there. That's a real shame. Never mind. But yeah, anyway, so when we're poking like this on the circle and attracting attention, if one of those guys locks us down with Rough Justice, or the other one that is very good as well as the Dual Blades ult, so we have to watch out for him too, we'll be locked in place and all the enemy heroes will jump on us. See, we don't have to worry about these pikes or these spears. They can knock us down, but it's you get back up again pretty quick. It's the chokes that you really don't want to get. So we're really pushing the limits here. But we are attracting a lot of attention, which is what we wanted. This is not what I wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heroes. Nah, I pushed my luck too far. Well deserved. Alright, so even though we managed to pull most of the enemy team, or the majority of the enemy team to A, we still weren't able to push on B. We captured a little bit of it, but that's just life. Anyway now, because they all panicked when we started capturing B and all went over to B, A is now undefended. And that's great. That's kind of what we were trying to do there, make the team yo-yo between. Although on this map it's very easy to transition between the A and B point because they're not far away. Come here, you. Goddamn pike. Cheesiest weapon in the game, the pike, so don't forget, boys and girls. If you can't chain combos, all you can do is button mash with pike. Well, you're still in with a win. Let's go fix him up because there's a lot of our troops down here. Has he forgotten I exist? What are you doing, mate? Do you think I just disappeared? We'll just heal this guy. All right, this is going to be good. We're going to capture B here. We're overwhelming. And look, these claymores are all in the cooldown phase. See how they've all got their swords down by their sides? That means that they've used their like berserk mode, for want of a better term, and they're currently in recovery, so they do less damage, they're slower, and generally much easier to overwhelm, even with something like Spear Guard. What makes Spear Guard so amazing is that their block is incredible. They have, see, these guys are out of CC immunity now, so if we advance into them, we'll knock them over. Well, I mean, unless the Modar completely wipe them. So these guys have a CC cause, you know, they can cause CC. They can resist CC, go into any mode and go back into cover commander, which is the 2, and they get 3 seconds of CC. A very short CC, but you can repeat that ad infinitum. So they essentially can be near CC immune the entire time, but it's hinky to pull off. Every time you switch out and switch back in, you run the risk, right? And it works. This unit just works so well with a longsword. What do we got here? Alright, should we call some CC again? Dual Blades knew what was good for him. Watch till these guys just get knocked over. Nah, ha 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 ha. We just kill these 40s nice and easy. Something like a unit of 40s has absolutely no chance. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ha ha ha. Death of them all is always a good thing. Now if we offset ourselves and we cover the Modar, we should be able to easily defeat these Iron Reapers because we have a massive, massive block ability. So anything attacking us from the front is never really going to punch through, even something like Iron Reapers, especially when we're supported by a gold tier pike unit, essentially a pike unit, right? This hero pike here is pushing his luck. It's amazing that a lightly armoured class like the pike there can just dive into the enemy troops in the same way a heavy can and just ignore everything, ignore all the damage, there's just so much wrong with the pike class. But it is what it is. Every class has its advantage, and I don't want to complain too much. It's not like the old, you know, pre-crept maul. We've got another unit of Iron Reapers being fed to us here. So even though they Tiger Step, they might kill a few of us in Tiger Step, but they have to get through that insane amount of block. And as long as we've got our support here, and we're tanking the damage, we're going to be successful. Ow. Ah, yes. Mr. Pike thinks he can kill a toughness longsword. You can't, mate. And look at him how he keeps diving in. Let's just be patient, keep our skills off cooldown. And these guys who keep diving in, they're going to find a moment. Here we go. He's screwed up. Look. Because I can cause CC. You just got to be patient. Patience, patience, patience. We must have patience, my lovely friends. Ow, this is going to hurt. Halberdiers are a pretty trash unit at the moment. They've got no love. Get off my friend. Get off him. Did we save him? I don't think we saved him. Never mind. Spear's got no hope against a unit like this. A spear hero should not try and engage this unit. I can't think of a single way that they can... Well, that's it. Look at them all stacked in one spot like this. Look how much damage we can inflict when they're all packed up like that. You don't often see that, especially with a unit like Halberdiers who want to spread out. But we'll just carve through them. A couple of longswords and a couple of units. We're doing fine. Now that was absolute carnage. Absolute carnage. We still have 11 of our unit. We still have a third of our unit left. But for now, to capture the sea point, we're not going to be able to do it with 11 spear guards. So, let's get us some chonky boys. The fat boys. Come on up, boys. We're already capturing sea. Oh, that's great. We kept the supply point under wraps for so long that they just couldn't reinforce. We killed so many troops they sent down to us that they left sea open. And that's brilliant. That worked out really well. I kind of didn't plan it that way. I just wanted the supply point. But that's what's happened. Us and those Modals, they most certainly gave them an absolute nightmare headache. So, let's go up here. I'll leave my guys down here so anything firing out of that door will sail over their heads. I think I might just step on this. They can't close the door if I'm stepping on this. Let's have a bit of a peeky. Peeky boo! I see you. Ah! Still it does. As long as they can't close the door, we can keep peeking. But we're just waiting for people to get into position on the other side of here. Oh, you cunning! But no! No! Step Poleaxe! What are you doing, Step Poleaxe? That was really good. Excellent play. Really good for them. Okay, so after that mini disaster, we've had a couple of disasters this game, haven't we? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Trust me, it's going to be fine. So it was, yeah, the timing it took, especially with these servers, there's just that little gap between the edge of the door closing and the little square that allows you to not allow the door to be closed. The timing that took is brilliant. Oh! And this is why Claymores are not an S tier unit, because they're so easily counterable. If that had hit this unit of gunners and grandpas, it would have annihilated it, quite probably. But luckily, we were here. And that's why in my tier list last week, I rated those guys as a good unit, not as a S tier. Oh, hello. Choppy. And all of these gunners have used their special abilities now, so I think we'll just charge them. That looks like a whole bunch of gold tier ranged infantry. We'll just delicify them. Oh, look, there's more. Alright, we could do with some support here. Team? I'm doing the tanking. Team? Hopefully these guys on my left, see them on the map, maybe hopefully they can save me. Or then we get cavalry coming through. This is going to be alright. God, at least somebody's paying attention. Not only did I save them and then tank for them, they didn't even come to my rescue when I needed them to resupport. Oh, goodness. I love this game. Oh, come on. Modal, what are you doing? Goodness. Get into brace. That's better. That's what we need. Unfortunately, we lost another 5 Iron Reapers because these guys forgot to brace. They forgot there for a moment that they like to kill cavalry. But at this point, I think we've got it. They have nothing to repush with except over on the side there, and that's all tied up. So GG, well done. A few disasters this game, but I mean it should turn out okay. Oh hey, this is not cool. The irony of the maul carried away by another maul. That makes me happy. We got a victory. We got an MVP after like a couple of disasters. That worked out well. Oh my god, we tanked 3 million damage. Spearguard strong, and everything we killed, we only got 77 kills, but everything was purple and above, so whatever, bruh. I think we did that really quite well, actually. Spearguard MVP. Look at that, that's insane. I thought we'd be middle of the pack sort of thing here, but turned out just fine. Poncho, I wonder if that's Indigenous Poncho. Also a good YouTuber if you want to look him up, Indigenous Poncho. Anyway, boys and girls, I hope you learned something new, or you just enjoyed the battle. Thank you so much for coming to my channel.